Hi everyone, this is audap. You know what? I completely forgot I had this game. Neocab. I think the last time we played it, I actually ran into a bug where the game, while it didn't do a hard crash, it also didn't progress the story. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time, or maybe I need to change my choices so I don't run into that anymore. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I mean, I really want to see the end of this game. It's such a cool design, you know. Okay, so our only real fare is this one, which is a new person, or maybe they want us to go pick up the same person. I don't know. It would make more sense to want to pick up a new fare. That just seems like a location, right? I don't know. Let's go there. What's this? Gideon de Calm. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. What the hell does that mean? Well, whatever. Let's try it. A valet in a tux shot me a look as I pulled outside the Grand Beaux Arts pillar of the Elo Babylon. Really? Someone at this place rode Neocab? Who? Then I saw her, a short figure with the bulk of a boxer, standing down the red carpet towards me. Or stalking down the red carpet towards me? What? The cameras went wild for her, their flashes reflected in hard metal skin. She screamed back into the blaze and flipped them the bird. Lights of pink neon dotted her spine. What was she? Please let her be a robot. It's just a person, damn it. The only way I'm going to another pig fundraiser is if it's for, like, an actual pig. Definitely not a robot, but she couldn't have been more than maybe 13. You're not going to catch me dead at a charity ball for cops ever again. What are you wearing? Oh God, don't let me talk about it. Who was this kid? Famous? Super rich? Should I be calling her ma'am? Rough night, ma'am? Don't call me ma'am. Oh my God. What are you trying to do to me? Yikes. So why were you at a charity ball for cops? Okay, technically it wasn't for cops, but they were hosting it or whatever. Just one more corrupt cog in the machine to pass Sophie's Law. Oh shit. I'm really sorry to bring up Sophie's Law to you. Don't worry, I absolutely do not support it. What's Sophie's Law? Oh God, sorry in advance. So Capper wants to own everything and everyone, right? Anywhere we go, anything we say, they want it all. Sophie's Law gets them most of the way there. It outlaws human drivers within Los Ojos. Autocars only, you know, to keep us safe. The referendum is up for a vote any day now. They set up a fake charity to hide all the political donations. And who's running it? Drumroll, please. My fascist mother. And the cops are for that? LOPD is already deep in Capra's pocket. They use Capra face recognition tech with live feeds from every autocar in the city. So if Sophie's Law gift wraps them a monopoly on city transit, they love it. Just like Yancey. Come on, this is fascism 101. I feel the urge to just nod along. This kid was a lot, but something she said was nagging at me. Wait, they want to outlaw human drivers? Did you really not know about it? So Sophie Lemieux was a dancer with the LO Ballet. Her Primo Ballerino account had like 140 million subscribers. She was killed in a car attack about a month ago. Now she has 200 million subscribers. That's awful. What happened? Some rando drove an old Steery straight into a crowd downtown. Killed her and like a bunch of other people. What is wrong with a person like that? Every time it happens, I try to understand it. I don't know if I ever will. Who was the driver? Good question. He died at the scene and they barely released anything about him. He made some unhinged social posts a few years back, but he'd been otherwise unplugged. Who knows if he was even real? Like a ballerina? Really? It was a little on the nose. Anyway, the vote is super split. It could tip either way, if that's any consolation. Consolation? If the law passed, it looked like I'd be out of a job. A capper buzzed by me. They would be the only show in town. How else would people get around the city? So every 500 coin a plate dinner counts, just, with the vote going down in just a few days. Yancy hates me, but says now I'm old enough to be expected at DeKalb events. My obligation as a scion. I'm a scion, have you heard? I never met a scion before. First time for everything. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it. This is so embarrassing to talk about. People look at you weird when you have money. You can't help who your parents are. Well, what the heck? That's the wrong one. Or when you don't. Oh, I know. And that's worse, yeah. I'm super aware of that. I would rather not have any money or just be normal. Destroy the rich. That's what I think. Tear it all down. I liked her moxie, I guess. Anyway, I went and she introduced me to the chief of police. And he was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And I said, "Fuck off, white supremacist." Oh, I bet your mom was thrilled. Yancy tried to pull me away, but, you know, look what I'm wearing. Then she said I was embarrassing her, so I left. It's true, though. Did you know that institutions can be racist? Sorry, of course you do. I don't have to tell you how bad the LOPD is for people of color. No, but I love to learn about racism from rich white teens. I think I'll let that one go. It's very fascist. So you're against everything your mom stands for? Was she a bit controlling as a parent? Totally. Wait, how'd you know? You're dressed in a pink Iron Maiden. Of course you couldn't. Of course you couldn't. You couldn't just not mention it. Okay, so this is a Kindermech. It's the Michelle model, which they make specially for girls. Yancy would want you to know that it's the slimline model. I can't even talk about that. I've never heard of a Kindermech. I'm not surprised. It's super expensive. I'm not out of the poverty line here, Gideon. I've got nothing to say to that. Yancy put me in this when I was 4, and after I got hit by a car. Oh, jeez. But I was fine after the surgery. She totally overreacted. But she got it, so if it happened again, like that happens to anybody twice, I wouldn't even feel it. Can you take it off? Not until I'm 18. Don't you know? That's when you're officially old enough to make your own decisions, apparently. That's awful. It's torture. She always knows where I am. She can check it whenever she wants. There's a camera in here. She can see what I'm looking at. I tried to pierce my ears once and my arms locked in place. Oh, God. I even tried to put this fuck fascist sticker on. and it peeled right off the chassis. There's a content filter. You must be able to take it off to sleep at least? No. I can't take it off. Ever. It's so unfair. Yeah, it's pretty extreme. Right? Why didn't anyone else see that? Where do you live anyway? You'll see it. Over the last few minutes, the streets had gotten cleaner, the buildings around us had gotten taller, and the people? Actually, there wasn't a soul in sight. This is me. We pulled up to a high-rise with a titanium gate etched with lions. Hey, Athena, open gate. The lights on her suit pulsed, and the gate creaked open. What's with the lions? Oh, look at this. I got a message from Yancy. Thank you for at least going home and not to your aunt's or God knows where. We'll talk in the morning. In the meantime, think about your political opinions. You'll be more persuasive using reasoned arguments rather than obscene outbursts. What bullshit? Actually, that's pretty good advice. It's bullshit, right? Well, your mom has kind of a point. If you're loud and aggressive, cops just have an excuse to engage. You've right to be angry, but can't always fly off the handle. Give your mom a break. She's human. She's trying. Well, this is really the right answer, but let's try this one. I'm sure your family didn't become powerful by burning bridges. Oh, come on. Be polite. Whatever. Do you think like a soldier wins by being polite? That's what you are? That's what I am. God, of all people, I thought you'd get it. If we stay quiet and Sophie's law passes, you'll have no job, you know. Maybe she had a point. Yeah. Oh, I just... Oh, never mind. She waited a moment to leave, then jumped out like a flash. As I watched her near the arched double doors, I got the awful sense that it was the suit that was doing the walking, not her. I waited to make sure she got inside okay, as if anything could hurt her. She looked back at me before the gate slammed shut. At least I think she did. It happened so quickly. Oh, I see I answered everything wrong. Well, I don't know. I'm not clairvoyant. Deactivation risk. First warning. Neo cab driver should maintain a rating of 4 or higher to avoid deactivation. Gosh, I thought I had reasoned answers. As I turned the corner, I slowed the car. A throng of people had gathered in the street. They surrounded an empty Capra car in a messy circle. They were yelling, barking things at each other and at the car. A few were taking swings at it with chains and socket wrenches. The autocar made dozens of tiny, rapid-fire turns, trying to flee itself from the circle. I thought of a moth trapped between window panes. Then another sound. Was that my back door? What the hell? I need to get out of here. I need you to go. I'll pay. What the? Listen, I'll explain, but we need to go. You're a Neo cab, right? You drive people. We need to go. I can't be here. Your field grid state colors your choices, sometimes adding new options and sometimes disabling them. Oh, this one disables my choices? Works for me if you're paying. I gritted my teeth. I was way too angry. Huh? Why would I be angry with it? You know what? Whatever. Let's just take a breather, okay? Oh, well, I have to do this. What the hell are you doing in my car? You want to ride, you go through a Neo cab. You don't just open my door without asking. Look, I'm sorry. Seriously, but that's my fucking bike under the wheels of that Capra, okay? I nearly died, and if we don't get out of here now, the cops will be here and my life will actually be over. I can explain everything, but first you need to put some distance in between us and that mob. Okay, we're getting... Oh, is this the only one I can choose? Okay, we're getting out of here. You can explain everything? Okay. You know what? No. If the cops are coming, that's your issue. And stop telling me what to do from the backseat of my own car. I let the silence and tension fill the space. The packs looked so scared, the mob outside was getting worse, and did I really want to deal with the LOPD right now? Hey, you've got panic. You've got panic eyes. I see you. Do you see me? I can usually get a read on a person the first time I see their face. Savvy called it my truth download. Not like she ever listened when it was about someone she wanted to date. But I needed to be calm to hear that little voice inside my head, and this PAX had me all riled up. I ignored them and tried to think. I met their eyes in the rearview mirror. And it worked. It was as clear as if they were saying it out loud. I knew they were sorry, they were safe, and they were just trying to survive. Like me. You're the sort of person who feels things really intensely, right? Well, this is an intense situation. Please, take 1 second to see me asking for your help, and drive. I drove. Oh, okay, it's fine. I held the gaze. I felt the fear evaporate. My pulse slowed. There we go. They trailed off as they watched my field grid crash from angry red into a chilly green. It seemed to calm them down, too. You're wearing one of those field things, and it looks like we're cool? Choose your words and packs carefully to shift your mood into a new direction and change the story. I say we're cool. That's good, because me and the LOPD are not. Floor it! I got us out of there in the nick of time, just as the squad cars rolled up and the bike punks scrambled into the night. What's your name? I'm Azul. Ow. Why does adrenaline ever have to wear off? This shit hurts, dude. I'm Lina. Where are we going? Take me... Shit, I need to get to work. I work at this club in Les Rouges. It's not far. I'm... Shit, ow. Are you okay? I'm bleeding. Oh no, can I help? Can you give me stitches and antibiotics? No. Is it that bad? Nah, forget it. I'm just rattled. Thanks for asking. Don't worry, I can't mess up your car. That was thoughtful. UCAB is supposed to cover cleaning costs for things like that. But once they do, there's always a mysterious operation surcharge that'll pop up in your paycheck a few days later. I got hit by a Capra. I was on my bike. It came out of nowhere, sideswiped me, and then it just kept driving. Right over my fucking bike. Get the plate number. Shit, no, I didn't. Don't bother going back, though. Forget it. And all those people just showed up? No, I called a Radix swarm. What's a Radix swarm? You know who Radix is, right? No clue. We're activists. We stand up against corporate entities like Capra. Radix is all about direct action to change the city for the people. Getting rid of cars, that's just the seed. What grows from that are safer streets, public transit that works, a big chunk bitten out of the luxury market. Most people just see us as punks on bikes, but most people are blind. So then, what's a swarm? If you're a member of Radix and you're in trouble, like if you get hit by a fucking Capra, you send a flare on the app to call a Radix swarm. It alerts the other members, shows them where you are, or tells them you need help. So that was help? Doesn't seem like it did much for you, if you're here with me. It got crazy. I don't know. I didn't expect that. Is it your first time calling a swarm? Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, it's not supposed to be like that. What's it supposed to be like? I don't know, I thought they'd save me. But it was like they just showed up to fuck up the Capra car. Nobody tried to get my bike or whatever. One dude helped me up, but like, the second I said I was okay, it didn't matter anymore. I'm sorry. sucks. Yeah. But I'll get you where you need to go. That makes it even worse. Why do you say that? Because it's still a fucking car. You're still putting people at risk every day, plus I shouldn't be riding around in a death machine in front of a bunch of Radix folks. Getting out of there was the right idea. Do you think they saw me get in? Nah. They seemed pretty focused on the car. Yeah, for sure. I could feel them relax just a little. What a fucking night. My leg's still killing me. My bike's gone. They're probably gonna ask me to leave Radix. I doubt that. They need people like you. People who cruise around in fucking death machines? People who call cars fucking death machines. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Look, where I'm going, I don't want them to see me get out of your car. So can you just drop me like on the corner of Guadalupe and Sanders? I'll walk the rest of the way. On that leg. It's just a scrap, I'm fine. Your call. Well, yeah. They learned to look out of the window. They leaned to look out of the window. Okay, here's good. Maybe just pull into the alley. The whole block looked pretty deserted, but I still slipped into the shadows. Whatever would put their mind at ease. You don't, like, record this, right? That's the NeoCab deal? Right, no camera, nothing on the app. You were never here, Azul. Okay. Well, how much do I owe you? 10 coins should cover it. Yeah, fair price, I guess. Here you go. Thanks. Listen, thanks for not kicking me out of your car. I appreciate it. But like what you saw. No worries, I'll keep it quiet. Thanks. Shit, wait, I didn't get your name. Lina. Cool. Thanks, Lina. I'm Azul. I said that, right? You did, and you're welcome. Have a good night. Azul stepped out of the car, stumbling a bit like they couldn't put too much weight on their knee. Without so much as a look back, though, they shook it off and limped into the alley. It was well after midnight, and I'd met my ride quota. I checked my field grid green. On most nights, I'd call it quits about now, or maybe push on for one last ride if I had it in me. Until I heard from Savvy, I had nowhere to go. When was she going to text me back? That's true. I don't even know where I don't even know where she lives. I got some charge on me still. Why do you have a star? 5 stars needed. Well, that's not me. Agonon, nourish me, alien pain, I gather my... Charge it up. Charging up for I was running low, my dad would be so proud. It would cost me 132 per bar. A little steep, but here I was. Full charge. Yeah, let's do it. The Pax's eyes were as dim as he dropped into the back seat. The Pax's eyes were dim as he dropped in the back seat. He looked like a bad day come to life. Like a goth phase Savvy and I went through. Was that a tattoo on his scalp? Yeah, like a goth phase Savvy and I went through. I still kind of missed that eyeliner. He was headed to the 5th Street subway station. Could that be right? I didn't know people still took the subway. Agnon only sighed. I pulled into traffic and left him to his mood. I had my own things to stew about. I should have been with Savvy by now, drinking to my new life in Los Ojos. A nice spicy margarita, made by a robot, probably. Instead, she'd left me to drive the graveyard shift with a sad, silent Pax. I felt like Savvy was blowing me off for the 1000th time. It was just bad timing. She seemed so anxious about her work thing. I could totally relate, even if my boss was an algorithm. I'd laugh this one off with her when we were unpacking boxes tomorrow. Agnon found my eyes in the rearview mirror. He pulled his lips into a tight, joyless smile. Lina, right? That's me. Lina, what makes you so happy? Excuse me? I saw you smiling to yourself just now, pursuing that feeling. You look like a happy person. I mean, isn't it everyone's? No, decidedly not. Are you convinced that you're happy? Tell me this. Is it working? Are you happy? Happiness comes and goes for me. Exactly, like a mirage, like the illusion happiness is. I resign myself to the underlying truth. Let me guess. Life is pain. Pain is life. It's the only constant I find. Okay, let's hear it. What's the story? He gazed out of the window. It would take too long to tell. Besides, it's the feeling that matters. I'd heard a lot of sad stories inside this car, and told a few of them myself, too. Something told me this one was getting to be a little new. Being in a bad mood together feels kind of good, doesn't it? Yeah, well, maybe. It does. He was quiet, but I could almost feel him forming something to say. It was intense. You seem like... He wrung his long fingers in his lap. May I tell you about something very important to me? Sure, what is it? Agonon's voice dropped deeper, like he was speaking from inside a cave. You carry me now on my nightly quest to seek the pain worm. It is called, Metawupian, the dark leviathan that rolls beneath Los Ojos, feasting. We nourish it, you see? You and I and millions like us. Soon. I'm not sure I understand. Very soon, Metawupian will emerge, bellowing its cry of infinite despondence, and it will consume all of our pain. All of it gone. Forever. Well, that's just great. Also, the city will be destroyed. Oh. What a time to be alive. Aghanon made a hissing sound. I decided to leave him to his gloomy silence. It was so dark I almost missed the subway station. There was only a flickering sign over a dingy stairwell. He seemed like he was waiting for me to say something. You too feel worse. I can't believe you'd say that. Your understanding feeds my quest tonight. I'll make an offering to Metawupian for in your honor. Expect to reap his spoil soon. The pain worm always rewards devotion. Wait, did that mean something good or bad was about to happen? At least I'd made him satisfied? In his dark coat, he moved across the street like a shadow and disappeared into the subway tunnel. I wondered what kind of rituals he was going to get into down there. Or maybe he just hop a train to the suburbs. Together we nourish the pain worm. Oh, I got a good rating. Good. Yeah, I know. I need higher ratings. All because I got that little girl angry. How was I supposed to know? New message from Savvy. So sorry. Lina, fast as you can. Where are you? Message could not be delivered. I'll make my way over now. Hang tight, okay? Savvy does not seem like a good friend. An LLPD speed trap nearly nabbed me on my way over. Too close. But I still wasn't fast enough. This was definitely it, the location of Savvy's SOS pin. It was just an empty lot in between some abandoned storefronts. I could only see as far as my headlights, but there was no trace of her. No text since so sorry either. I'll text. There was no answer. Had I just missed her? If I'd driven her faster, would she be getting into my car right now, laughing off her crazy night? It was so dark I could barely see the broken bottles all over the ground. This wasn't a good place for anyone to wait around at night, especially alone, especially someone like Savvy. Then I saw it. Face down on the curb, her phone. I grabbed it and a chill ran up my arms. It was shattered right in the center of the hollow screen. Now totally dark and cold. It looked like it had been stepped on. There was a sticker on the back, a punk-looking symbol of a wasp inside of a bicycle gear. I sketched it in my journaling app and stashed her phone into my glove box. That explained the radio silence. What happened here? Someone must have grabbed it from her. Someone who didn't want her texting me. Who would do that? If you know her at all, you know Savvy is not someone you should mess with. My field grid went hard red. That seemed about right. I wondered what Savvy's field grid looked like right now. What was she feeling? What was she thinking? All I could imagine was not comforting. I tried to push back my thoughts and focus on what I could do right now. I remembered what Azel had told me about Radix. No cops. My body felt crazy, like I was buzzing with nerves, but at the same time could barely keep a thought in my head. I had nowhere to go, and no one to help talk things out. All I could do was try to get some sleep. My only option was cashier to find a cheap motel or a spare room somewhere, anywhere but a Capra capsule if I could afford it. I closed up my Neocab shift. At least I'd hit my quota before my world turned upside down. Sometimes I got a charge just to break up a shift. It was always so still at these places, almost peaceful. Each bar would set me back on 98. A pretty sweet deal, actually. Yeah, sure. Full charge. $20, 18 bucks. 110. Ooh. Ain't going there. Let's do 18. $20. 18 bucks. 110. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. So not only was Savvy missing, whatever was going on was forcing me to give my money to Capra, my last resort. I checked in at a kiosk in the hospital, white lobby, and followed purple floor lighting to elevator 5 and capsule 383. Gleaming shelf slid open at my approach and sealed me in with a soft kiss. I knew it was a glorified torpedo tube. I don't know how they made it feel like a luxury moon pod. It's actually annoying how good Capra is at this stuff. I fell asleep immediately and woke up like my body had just leapfrogged ahead in space-time, but where had my mind gone? I felt foggy and just off. I thought of those old body snatcher sci-fi movies. Pod people? How about capsule people? Good evening, Lina. Athena's capsule unflappable AI chirped at me. Yikes, this whole situation gave me the creeps. I slipped back into my car like I wanted to apologize to it for the betrayal. The memory of what happened last night was a shadow over everything around me. The desperate text, Savvy smash phone. I tried to quiet my mind and just feel into my body for a second. Physically, I felt clear-eyed and centered, like my mind had been doing yoga poses while I slept. My field grid even glowed a reasonably reassuring white. This wasn't working. Where the hell was she? This would be the first time she'd ghosted, but this wouldn't be the first time she'd ghosted, but this felt different. I knew basically nothing about what her life in Los Ojos was like. Savvy was headed to a nightclub, but its name? Total mystery. Oh, and she was in some kind of trouble at work, whatever that was. I tried to recall as many details as I could about last night, scribbling in my journal app until my hand ached. Maybe I'd seen that symbol on her phone before, after all. It wasn't a name, but it was a person to track down, and a neighborhood. As long as I met my neocab quota, I could stay on the search without losing my job and leaving LO as a total disaster. You're close. Yeah, let's do it. I need to get to the cadence, and I need to get there fast. What's that? Restaurant? It's the casino, the big one. I remember when cab drivers were expected to memorize things like this. I'm new here. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just pressed for time. Head to Frontera, north side. That was a straight shot. Easy trip. Oh no, don't go that way. Ragemini Square is just a mess. You can barely get through. She sounded like she knew what she was talking about. Must be some warning on her holospace. I can go around. Would you like me to take Jean Street or Flambeau? Choose one. Choose one at random. And I do mean random. As random as you can make it. Weird. This was a whole different kind of backseat driving. Psychological. Flambeau sounded like an adventure. She muttered something to herself and looked pensive. Not Jean? Or not Jean? You said to choose. Wait. Ah, yes. That's just what I needed. So I chose correctly? No, I was desperate for a bit of chance, a dose of entropy. Randomness, you know? Resets my mind. Sometimes one finds oneself in a rut of predictability. Tell me about it. It's why humor is such a balm. Comedy is based on the unexpected twist. Interesting method. How about I pick a number? Between 1 and a trillion. Not that kind of randomness. I need chance with real stakes. Which is why I'm zooming down Flambeau towards a casino. Yes, but now... I'm not sure it will work. The stakes there are high in monetary terms, but they don't actually matter, don't you find? The matter when you hit the triple bighorn flush. You've never been inside a casino, have you? I like to think of life itself as a gamble. And the whole world is my house? So that's a no. No, the casino definitely isn't going to work. I need to find some entropy that matters. Why? What's this all about? Well, it's simple. Almost obvious. Something is wrong with the world. I agree with you there. Not that kind of wrong. A deeper kind. Sadly, I fear our timeline has become tangled. The universe is made of infinite timelines, always branching based on the tiniest decisions is perfectly coherent and stable. As long as the branches remain distinct. I waited for her to say more. So, you see the obvious danger. Yes, obvious is exactly the word I would have chosen. So, if our timeline is tangled up with another one, how do we untangle it? Oh, I think that's well beyond our capabilities. But it's good to know how off-kilter one's reality is. It helps you decide how annoyed to be with friends who constantly reschedule lunch. Connor, for example. Has anyone canceled on you lately? Oh, now that, Ona, is a good joke. I thought as much. Tell me what happened. It should help me calibrate. Tell her what happened, Savvy. Yeah, why not? It's a cab. I was supposed to move in with my best friend, and she didn't show. And now I don't know if she's in trouble. Or hurt. Or maybe just the worst. She listened to my story and she listened like my story was feeding her. Maybe I'd get 5 stars out of it, but it was a little creepy. So your friend just vanished. With no explanation. Yet none. And you don't know how to feel about it. It confuses you. Wouldn't you be confused? Perfect, perfect. I don't know if you caught the part where I said she might be hurt. She ignored me. Now, this next part is crucial. If your friend hadn't disappeared, where would she be right now? I don't know. I just moved here. Please, just guess. Think in terms of chance and what if and maybe, then let them wash over you. I could tell she was never going to drop it. I might as well indulge her. Okay, if she hadn't just blinked out the map, Savvy would probably be... probably taking a burlesque show in Los Rouge. Actually, more likely performing in a burlesque show. Actually, even more likely, organizing a burlesque show. In fact, most likely of all, acting as ringleader for an entire neo-burlesque scene. Yep, that's exactly where Savvy would be. She'd be picking out pasties in Les Rouge. Les Rouge. She just absorbed it for a moment. Maybe she thought it was crazy. I'd like to request a new destination. Take me to... That'll be a more expensive ride. Ha! I'm good for it. Just drive. I just nodded. Excellent. I'll drop a little something into your account to cover the trouble. I rerouted us to... the trip didn't take as long as I thought it would, and after all that, we ended up back on Jean. I thought I should tell her. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything. Might end up scrambling things even more. She didn't seem to notice. She was staring straight ahead with this super intense gaze. Almost like she was seeing straight through to the other timeline. Whichever one we were tangled up with. We stopped in... I wish I could pay you back in kind and help you locate your friend. Information is obscenely undervalued against coin. Don't you agree? Any clue would help. I've got nothing to go on. Well, I can't tell you where she is, I'm afraid, but I can tell you where she was supposed to be. At this moment in the stable timeline, she is at a terrible Berlin techno-themed club called Stan's Machine. Am I saying that right? It's not that far from here, in any case. You're unbelievable. No, I think I can use this. Think nothing of it. It's merely a byproduct of my work. So I have to ask, are you a physicist? No, though you're not the first person to think that. Just a quantum statistician. Just think of me as an accountant, except the spreadsheet is very, very large. And you can be simultaneously rich and broke. I don't think I could handle that kind of uncertainty in my Cabra cash account. Oh, don't worry about that. Counter-espionage is quite lucrative. In any case. Wait, back up. Counter-espionage? Yes, with a little time, a little luck, and just the right entropy differential, no secret is safe. The only way to protect your communications from a quantum statistician is to hire a better one. And I'm the best there is, so you can, like, I had so many questions. You'll see. I really must dash. Thank you for the ride, and the story. Your timeline is indeed as unstable as I feared. And we might even be able to fix it. Wait, we might fix it? She slid out and walked up the sidewalk away from my car, zigging and zagging as she went. It looked random, and the sinking feeling in my stomach, that felt very, very certain. If there really were infinite timelines. Did any choice really matter? I reached for my phone to find my next packs. Time to choose again. Ooh, 5 stars. Thank you for the honesty and the humor. A wonderfully chaotic source of entropy. Ooh, I have increased. Hardstyle Dance Club, a no for all-night DJ sets, hypnotic techno, and a inscrutable dress code. Tourists, stay away. Stan's Machine was all dramatic haircuts, pounding bass, and scowls, and that was just the outside. The bouncer loomed in front of the door like a boulder. Given my complete lack of a poker face and an outfit that was still more Cactus Flats than Liz Rouge, I didn't look the part. I could send a few coin their way. I took a breath and... Hey, Neocab. Oh, hello again. You lost? Not exactly. Hey, maybe you can help me. I'm looking for someone. What? No. What? No, how are you? No, hey, Azul, nice to see you. Sorry. Hey, Azul, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Listen, Azul, I know, I'm just kidding. Jeez. It's actually kind of good to see you. Didn't get to thank you for that, for what you did. Oh, no need, yeah. I'm a driver. I drove you. Yeah, because I needed help. You got me where I needed to go. Not a lot of drivers would do that. Guess I'm not a lot of drivers. That's a good thing. You ever consider giving it up? This wasn't exactly what I wanted to talk about, but I couldn't risk Azul shutting down if I didn't humor them. Maybe one day. I recommend it. Although I guess it doesn't matter if you want to quit or not. Capra's gonna make that decision for you. Don't remind me. I know you hate cars, but it's still my job. It sucks what might happen. Look, obviously I hate them too. But they're just gonna take your gig. They took a fucking piece of me. You know, that's how I lost my arm, right? Oh god. Yeah, and this was years ago. Guess there's no consequence when you're a megacorp. Even if you're spewing death traps all over the roads. Listen, I'll pass on the lesson. Don't play chicken with those things. They love to talk about their 99.99% or 99% safety rating or whatever. Want to know the truth? I wanted to know a truth, but maybe not this one, at this moment, when I came here because I needed info on my friend. So I needed to stay on their good side. Sure. Look at their fucking promos real close. There's an asterisk by that last 9 in 99.9. What does it mean? That's their 99 point whatever rating is only against other AVs in the Capra Mesh network. Their sensors see each other with perfect clarity. But that's the only testing they've ever done, as far as we know. So some kid coming home late from a study hall crossing in front of a Capra? Just a smudge on its lens. And a settlement that only covered about a quarter of my bills? I felt for Azel. They were a little rough around the edges, but no one deserved that. I'm really sorry that happened. Whatever, but it's why I was so messed up the other night. A lot of bad memories came back. I get it. I'm sure you do, but you're probably not here to hear my life story. I'm not. Yeah. So why are you here? Need to get inside. I'm looking for a friend. She's gone missing. Her name's Savvy, and everything in Azel's expression changed, and they stood up straighter. Savvy? You know Savvy? Where is she? No, seriously, Neocab. No bullshit. You know Savvy? Yes. Why do you think she's in there? I have my reasons. And you're what, her friend? Business associate? She's my best friend. Uh-oh. You didn't freeze, did you? Oh my god. This game. It is not stable. Okay, wow, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You watching Neocab on Nintendo Switch. Man, I was having such a good time, and I just seem to always pick the choice that's bugged. Regardless, I would still recommend the game. I don't know if the other platforms are like this. So I have a hard time recommending the Switch version just because it seems like I run into something game-breaking every time I play. In fact, that is 100% true. Every time I play it, I run into something game-breaking. So hopefully somebody will fix this and make these choices actually perform the routines they're supposed to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.